know he made you want to be loyal to him.
I'm a third street saint.
But I'm gonna end with this. See, I'm getting emotional now. The game that pissed me off the most when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when Big Smoke betrayed everybody. I was like, damn, Big Smoke.
Yeah. I see some videos of that, and I was just like,
you dirty.
You dirty. With the Unreal Engine and the updates that come with the Unreal Engine and the anticipation of the Unreal Engine 6, Metahuman technology is making it easier for them to create hyper-realistic digital humans in video games. The future of video games is going to have a heavy input in AI, but what do you all think about people using AI when they're creating video games that may be using like scams, or they create a digital image of you and it's not you? Because if you look at meta-human technology in video games, it looks real life.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on potential scams with how they advance into the next wave of video game technology?
I feel like as far as AI goes, that'll probably be great. I feel like that'll fast forward a lot of game development as far as like NPCs or voice dialogue or anything. But as far as like the actors, like the main characters and, you know, pivotal characters in those games, I still feel like they should be in control of that dynamic, because if you get the copy, I don't know, say a RDJ voice or whatnot, you can insert that in the game. I don't like that, because now you're violating like human rights, or you can. It's just like, hey, I can use this and bypass paying you guys. It's some, as far as like developing the game, the landscape, NPCs, things of that nature. But as far as like putting actors out of work and stuff like that, or even the developers behind the scene, I don't want anybody to lose their job, but I feel like it's a great move. It's just got to be in the right hands.
Okay. Yeah. So just for disclaimer, NPCs mean non-playable characters. Just for those who don't know what that means. Non-playable characters, or the AIs of the characters that's not being controlled by you as a user.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on that? You think we're getting into an era where scams, or you think video games are kind of moving too fast? Because the next question I got is going to be kind of mind-blowing about how AI is working. But
yeah, so I mean, I think it's inevitable that people are going to lose their jobs. That's just the way technology works. In 10 years, 20 years, half the people working now doing what they're doing, it'll be obsolete. Yeah. So I think that it's smart to use AI, especially in video games. Outside of video games, I have concerns about AI, but inside of video games, using artificially generated or replicated information to make a video game, I feel like that's the perfect place for it. I feel like it's going to take video games to the next level. I feel like, just like you said, interaction with NPCs within these games, if they can give these NPCs their own processing codes and their own identities, and that's just going to really, it just changes the landscape of a lot of video games, and it changes the landscape of a lot of things they're able to do with the video game. So I think that it's going to be successful. I think it's going to be the right move. And of course, some people are going to abuse it.
Oh yeah.
But I think that overall that it'll be successful with video games. It'll push those graphics crazy.
That I agree with. I want to interject with a couple things. I don't think it's going to be effective when it comes to like probably storytelling. Because when you get those actors who kind of like have those storytelling moments and they put their raw emotions in there, I don't know if AI can capture that. That like when you see an actor or voice actor even acting out a scene and it kind of draws you in, you feel their emotions. I don't know if AI can copy that. It's to that degree of a...
Well, if you look up Unreal Engine 5 and metahuman technology, it's getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
I believe that.
It's getting a little crazy because what they're doing is they're taking all the information from the internet and they're putting it into the character and how they react, even when it comes down to the skin texture. Like that's why it's easier for you. That's why you see it's very easy for them to remake these old games or like give them the HD upgrade or the 4K upgrade. They're using AI to do that. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they're going in. Well, back in the day, they go in and nitpick every part of the game and redo it. But AI is doing it for them. So, and that goes into my next question. Like, AI has been in video games for decades, right? They always been in video games. But with the advancement of real-time world generation, like a game No Man's Sky, they're actively in real time creating planets for you, actively in real time creating things for you to do in real time. But I would love to see that go back to some older games I used to play. So if there was a game that you would like to see real time creation in, what game would you like to see real time creation in? When I think about real time creation, I think about like Def Jam Fight for New York. What if there was some real time creation there, like that people just come out of nowhere randomly? Imagine if you was online, people just jump in and it's just changed up the whole world. But what do you all think about AI changing the game in real time? Like actively in real time, and it's not a program, because No Man's Sky does that. You see that in Borderlands a little bit. They have a quadrillion guns. You will never ever go through every gun in Borderlands.
I would say I would like to see that in RPG games or like a Final Fantasy.
Okay.
But I would say probably even a Spider-Man game or, something of that nature. But then that'll kind of suck. You might be finna stop a bomb over here, but it's like, hey, I'm finna launch this nuke over here, and it's like, oh man.
But that's what makes it good.
I know. I mean, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, because think about like the co-op games that I've played where the second, the NPC wasn't good. Yeah. And I think you go back and I replay those games. With the actual learning AI who's been playing with me level through level, learning how I play. He knows when I take right flank to take left flank. If this is a good AI, this is 5-10 years in the future, and they learning and progressing with me, then this will be like a teammate. Like I'll be playing, with somebody, but not actually with somebody. So I think that when they do stuff like that, it'll be amazing. Yeah. Or just any game that I didn't play where you didn't have those NPCs or the little background stuff. That if those could have just jumped in and changed the whole dynamic of the game, that would have been good.
Well, now that I think about that, that might be a little tough now, because let's say it is AI in the game, right? And let's say you fighting his boss. All right, cool. Now I'm learning your patterns. Now he's learning your patterns.
Well, now that's already in video games. Yeah. But what they're trying to do now is to create scenarios that wasn't programmed, because AI is kind of like it's pre-programmed to have this many settings, this many outcomes, and this many adjustments, or counter and react in real time by this many milliseconds. Yeah. But with AI technology, it's like in the moment, random, in that moment. I'll give you one game for example: Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead, if you died. And you go through the same stage again, in real time, it's changing the placement of the zombies, so it won't create the same scenario ever.
Yeah, they never in the same place.
They never in the same spot ever. That's real time. That wasn't like we got 100 million spots that we can choose from. It's actually in real time. Yeah. Let's say we're playing Cyberpunk, Skyrim, or Grand Theft Auto, right? When you got your headset on, or you got a mic, you can actually walk up to a character and talk to them, and they respond to you in real time with real dialogue. Versus you have a preset dialogue you select from, you actually talking to them. What do you all think about video games doing that?
That's a double-edged sword. Yeah. Because when he was talking, you brought up a couple of games earlier, and I was thinking, if you could, you was like a Spider-Man, or if you're playing this game and that game, and I was thinking, if you have those same games, but you put the AI, that meta AI inside of those games, you would have brand new stories that are personal to you. Like you can play if I tried hard enough, I could replicate your game at Mass Effect. If I go back and I pick everything that you picked, I can replicate that game. But if you have games that have true AI in them, you're going to have a story that is going to be personal just to you. Right. Nobody else is going to see some of these scenes. Nobody else is going to. So I think that's going to change the full landscape. Once you start doing that, then I feel like the games will take shape of their own. It'll be, this is Spider-Man, and you'll play Spider-Man, and you'll go online to look up